Hello and welcome back to Sunless Sea. We're back here in the Wolfstoff docks in Fallen London, and how much money have I got? I don't think very much. Um, we got 40 actually. Actually, I'm starting over, ain't I? Yeah. Um, we got a slide navigator now, the first officer. Well, let's go ahead and left click on him. Speak to him. The Z captain. Look at it out there. It's not our friend. Don't forget that. What does he want? What does he seek at the Z? But now you mention it, I have always had a desire to see Frostfound, the place where the Z rises to become a castle, the place where questions and riddles do battle for truth. He sighs dreamily. But he is watching you carefully. Yes, Frostfound. Frostfound can be found in the very north of the Z. I think I was heading toward their last couple, maybe not last episode, but the episode before that. Let's look at the map. I start all the way over completely, which is kind of an irritating aspect of this game. This is why I played this before, and I didn't really remember exactly some of the things about why I quit. I think this is one of them right here, that every time you die, you basically start all over. You don't carry on. You don't leave the map you basically have to start over. It's irritating, and you die a lot. A very fine evening gift. A very fine evening to you, Captain. My call mentor is very fond of adventurous Z captains, and he would like to offer you what you might call a dispensation, on account of he is so fond of Z captains. Behind the blind bruiser on the dock stands a dray piled high with fuel and supplies. Accept it. I think I'll do this. Well, I think it's nothing changed. So I've gotten 10 fuel, 5 supplies, which I needed, and accept the proposal, and I have 1 minute. All right. Advice for captains. Water agreed long ago. Probably your end will be no better. But if you read this book and the invaluable advice, your chances will improve. I clicked on one of these last time, and I ended up selling the damn thing. Yeah, this is it right here. I don't want to sell it. I don't know why I clicked that the first time. We'll just go ahead and do them in order, I guess. I'm gonna do them in order, on endings and beginnings. Captains often die. This is not the end. When you die, you'll learn lessons which will help you survive next time. Beware. The layout of the Undersea changes with each new captain, but home waters are stable, and islands will only move so far. Legacies. Future captains can inherit some skills, officers, equipment, and money. Over time, you'll find extra items and advantages that will allow you to preserve your greater inheritance. Okay. Well, I don't want to read this entire thing. I really don't. This will take me 2 episodes. We'll do this. We'll do one thing at a time. We've done this maybe next time I leave and come back, I'll read this one. That's how I'm going to do it. The Labyrinth of Tiger. Labyrinth of Tigers is open under the patronage of the London Zoological Society to cautious visitors for educational purposes. Here you may, well, is there anything unlocked? No, so forget, I'm not even going to bother. Let's look at London. This is a mascot. I don't really care to have that. Visit an Admiral Survey office. Go. They'll pay for information from Z captains. Find out what and how. Okay, well, I know this right. Basically, you visit ports and get reports and trade them here to get fuel and supplies. And speak with a higher authority. Once you've proven yourself, perhaps survey 3 ports and return to win the admiral's approval. Okay, leave the admiralty. All right. The university is locked. That's locked. That's locked. Put your ship in dry dock. Now I gotta remember, if when I'm damaged, I will be able to repair my ship here. I would think I would have a thing up here about it, but they don't. Offer passage to a tomb colonist. I will do that. It's oddly difficult to die in fallen London, but when a Londoner is too tatty and wretched to live, they wrap themselves in bandage and take ship for the tomb colonies. Your crew cart, these ones aboard in padded coffins. They'll sleep there until the journey is done. The tomb colonist is in your hold. Take them north to the colony of Venderbight and sell them there. Okay, we'll do that because I've done that before. And this is locked too. Okay, that's it for that. Let's go ahead and go to lodgings. I guess we will not do that. Okay, let's go ahead and get back to the city and continue. And I think we're going to go ahead and leave. I think that's all there is. Okay, let's launch. We'll go ahead to the tomb colony first. See, I got to go back there and do everything all over again. I got to go to Hunter's Keep and visit all 3 of the sisters there again. We got 18 fuel and 10 hunger, or actually supplies. I'm looking for. Alright. Click the full power icon. Full power icon. Well, why don't you give me a icon, look at what I could tell what it is. I don't know. Alright. There's Hunter's Island right there, or Hunter's Keep, or whatever it is. Alright, we're coming up on Venderbight, I think it was called. I don't see the name of it anywhere, though. Alright. Tomb trouble. The trouble with tomb colonists. You've brought this decaying immigrant north. Now what? dangerous shrooms and roses. The new tomb colonist surveys Venderbight, shaking her head. It won't do, she says. It won't do at all. Alright, let's see. I had no idea the place would be quite so unpleasant. So unpreposing. I don't even know if that's even right. Perhaps we can liven it up a little yet. If only I knew a helpful Z captain. Bring 10 units of mushroom wine to Venderbight and perhaps they'll have something for you. Bring wine to Venderbight. Alright. Well, that's not bad. It gives me a little bit of different quest this time. Alright, continue. The tomb colony of Venderbight. On deck you can hear the sound that 1,000 bandaged dead make as they shuffle and cough. On deck you can hear the plague-ridden cathedral. Okay. Someone is trying to get your attention. One of the tomb colonists takes an obvious interest in your crew, especially the collateralier. This is her dad. The tomb colonist draws you a little way away from the collateralier. Don't tell her you met with me, he says in a hoarse rasp. Her mother cut my voice. Hoped to fix it so I wouldn't be able to look for my daughter. So I wouldn't want to, he wheezes. Don't work, or didn't work. Operations never. Completely effective. Need to know my daughter's well, perhaps happy. Finding enough patients, getting enough to eat, and so forth. In exchange for the simplest news, he explains himself. I'm her father, he says. Ordinary engineer, not the sort of parent she would want. If you wish to tell the heir about this encounter, you can do so by speaking with her. An occurrence. You're familiar with the current heir's father. Quality is now 1. Explore Venderbight. Okay, we'll do that. Here they favor candlelight over gaslight. The shadows are swagged like cobwebs. The tomb colonists stand still enough to be mistaken for sculpture, until they laugh or cough. 1 building in 3 seems abandoned. Captain, I'm a good Z-man. I'm yours if you'll have me. Will you have me? I'm hungry. I'll work hard. He seems likely enough, if a little ragged and sorrowful. Oh, they won't let me take him. Why? I have a full complement, no space. Well, that's probably why. This would be a crew, yeah, a crew person, not really a one of these people. So let's just go ahead and go out. I know before I asked, but I hoped yet. Well then, Captain, take my blessing. You'll remember me another time, eh? When you have a berth spare for a good sailor that knows this way. He's laying it on a bit thick with all these Z's, but perhaps next time you assure him, perhaps. That's all for now. You've lost 1 terror. There was what else? First curator? Yeah. See, captains, the first curator gives an audience. The first curator is responsible for the preservation of the tomb colonies. It has been here much longer than London, like all the oldest tomb colonists. But even tomb colonists dissolve in the end. It's time to close. See, captains, the first curator. Well, that was it. No more light. The obsequious steward cautions you. The curator is terribly afraid of moths. He opens the door and you step into near darkness. A pair of luminous lamplighter bees buzz in a latticed ivory tube. There is no other source of light. A bandaged shape no larger than a child lies crumpled on the couch. It lifts his head with obvious effort. It takes several seconds for you to distinguish his voice from the soft buzz of the bees. Listen to the whispered request. The captain, Silkskin. Not much left of me. I will go into the grand sanatorium. Bring me colors, 7 colors. Pay well. 7 colors. Kumagon, Irigo, Pelican, Stewart has list. Find them here and there across the wide black Z. Talk about the Grand Sanatorium. One hears the name whispered here and there in the arcades of Venderbight. On Silkskin, you don't want to know. The chuckling becomes a cough. We don't die here below, not unless we go to Z. So we needed something else, somewhere to end. Thank you. This for flesh, thirst for colors. No more words. It collapses, rustling back to the couch. Even the effort of speaking seems to have diminished it a little. The audience is over. As the door opens, it shrinks from the finger of light that reaches across the floor. Outside, the obsequious Stewart nods. The book? Yes, the book. He hands you a slim illustrated volume. The curator is old as dust. We will all be grateful if you do it this one last favor. These are where I got all the pages that I don't know what to do with. Oh. All right. Gather gossip. Which and what out of it? Along the coast of the Undersea, it's remarkable hard to die. The decrepit and nearly dead who leave London become tomb colonists and settle here in bandaged peace. But they don't give you up on their ties to home or their politics. You gather a haul of complex clues, enough to keep your contacts in London interested. Report. There we go. That's where I was at. All right, I think that's it. Yep, let's go ahead and head back. Kill the light. Whoa. Okay, we'll do this. Alright, dispose of the corpse. Your little leathery corpses are like scattered across the deck. The rest of the cavern or swarms vanishes into the neathy dark. Their mere touch leaves you just shuddering. This will slightly reduce terror. Well, I don't want to eat them. We'll go with that. Their eyes are still fierce in death. Zailors sweep them overboard with brooms, careful not to touch them. Lost 1 terror. Alright, a tooth-cracking treasure. A chunk of grit baked in your ship's biscuit. You crack a tooth and curse. Your crew chuckle, but when the object turns out to be a diamond, small and badly flawed, but a diamond nonetheless, they all hush. Diamonds are sacred to stones, one says. Give it to the Z, Captain. It'll be luck for us. Okay, this here popped up while I was in transit back to fallen London. Do the careful things. Zailors pray to stone when they want home, hearth, and healing. She's the kind of god you'd want on your side. Hang on to it. You're not going to throw a diamond in the sea to appease some nameless god of zailor superstitions. I think we will throw it to the sea. Alright, sailors pray to stone. The diamond glints once as it reaches the apex of its arc. Down, down, and a wave reaches up to take it. You know something of the three gods of the sea. You now have the gods of the sea stone's attention. You've lost 5 terror, new total of 6. Alright, we're coming up on Fallen London, and there's Hunter's Keep up in the upper right corner we just passed. Okay. Alright, an inspection by the Ministry of Public Decency. Some things are too illegal for the Customs Service to admit the existence of. The Ministry are here looking for those. Nothing to hide. Okay, we don't have nothing to hide. You shrug and invite them to search your ship as early as they like. They leave scuff marks on the newly scrubbed decks and take great pleasure in tangling the rigging. They find nothing more dangerous than moldy ship's biscuit. Alright. Returning to London. Collect messages from the harbour master. All the clatter and song of the dockside, it soothes the soul. Are there messages for you? Something has changed in the north. Someone wants to sign on. The blind bruiser attends to business on the dock. That's all for now. Free another day, a free evening, and the Rose Market. Good evening, Captain, and what a marvelous evening it is, if you don't mind my saying so, and give it as my impression. You are an obliging sort. I imagine you will not mind at all, and since you are so very obliging, perhaps you wouldn't mind making a little detour via Mount Palmerston with a few articles of cargo, if you happen to be in the area. The cheery man will, of course, cover your expenses for this. Okay. I don't know where that is. Will I refuse a commission? I have to say you made me very sad. The blind bruiser wags a scarred finger. Of course, though I do understand, the undersea is terribly dangerous, as every sailor knows, and you need to be careful of unforeseen consequences. He nods ponderously. Unforeseen consequences, he repeats. Well, good day to you. Okay, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get the turn in the fleet report. What have the nearly dead been up to? Okay, you no longer have the port report Venderbight. You've gained 10 echo. You now have 1 favor. The visit to Venderbight has been confirmed by the Admiralty Records Office. You gain 1 fuel. Leave the Admiralty, and well, you know what? I actually have got to end this episode here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.